I just want to preface this vid by saying, in the last video, I talked about how my laptop, my laptop, see, I can't speak. My laptop, it takes off like a rocket when I'm recording gameplay, which is true, it does do that. And to circumvent the issue of my laptop getting too hot, I have to put it on the windowsill and then open the window to use the natural 1 degree Celsius temperature outside to cool down my laptop. So instead of the fans going whoosh, you have the icy air cooling down the laptop. Now I don't know if that's like safe for the laptop. If condensation will kill the laptop. I remember Fly did a vid once on Apple Care and how Apple Care don't care and his shit got damaged and they said it was moisture in the air that ruined his I think touchpad. So yeah, fuck that noise. But at the same time, I don't want my laptop blowing up. Because if this shit blows up, then my uni career is over on the spot. Is that bad? Is that a bad thing? Nah. I mean, I'm in the final stretch. If this shit breaks now, I'm pissed. Anyway, I'm just talking so much shit. What I wanna talk about. So my friend, he got Control recently. The game Control. It was on the PSN store. Free PS Plus. Not this month, maybe last month, the month before. I don't know. I don't have my PS4 with me. I only have PlayStation 3. So, yeah, I don't know when that shit released exactly, but he's playing the game and he says he loves the game. Now, me, I bought the game actually when it was on sale a while back for £20. So, for that price, it's definitely worth it, I would say. But I got bored of the game. Now, my friend's enjoying the game, and it just reminded me of just vivid flashbacks to me on the controller, just going through the facility, controlling Jessie. I think that's her name, Jessie. Controlling Jessie and using her powers to navigate and fight in the facility. And I just want to talk about pretty much why I dropped that game when I was playing it. Well, actually, let me talk about what I like first. Let's not all be all gloom and doom. First of all, the way the game starts off, there is an unbelievable amount of intrigue. When I was first playing the game, and you enter the facility, and you meet the janitor, and you encounter your first enemy type, the hiss, and you're fighting them, and you're using telekinesis and all this kind of shit. Actually, no, telekinesis you get later. What do you start off with then? I think melee attacks. Yeah, you punch. No, I remember there being more than punching. There was some sort of projectile attack, but the start of the game is very strong in my opinion. You don't get lost. You can explore, but you can't stray too off the beaten path that you get lost. And at this point, because it was quite linear, you didn't need to use the map. Now, the map is an issue I'll get into later, but you didn't need to use the map. So the game starts off really strong, and the story, I was very interested. There's a lot of intrigue there. You're entering this facility, you're looking for your brother, what's happened to him, the government's taken them, and as you play through the game, Jesse's getting these flashbacks of like her childhood, the brother's childhood, something. Basically, these humans are special. Jesse and the brother, they've got some sort of genes or DNA about them that make them special. That much is clear from the start of the game. And as you go through, you find clips of the doctor who was what the fuck was this guy doing? Oh, what was he doing? There are certain objects. I forgot what they're called. Objects of power. Objects of power. So, for example, what do I remember? I don't even know what that shit's called. You know, at the park or the roundabout or whatever. The horse that you can like sit on and it goes back and forth, like it rocks back and forth. Normally, kids play on that shit. Or was it a merry-go-round with the horses? Either way, there was a horse. That's all you need to know. And this guy, this like scientist, he managed to take that object and infuse it with power or experiment. It's a special type of object, and it gives you a dash, like how horses can dash off their hind legs. It gives you that power, but that horse leg also is dangerous because it can like dash at you at super speeds and damage you, or like kill researchers or something like that. Kind of like an SCP, merry-go-round horse, I guess. Um, yeah, and acquiring powers that way was pretty cool. There was another one. I think it was a microwave. It was a microwave, and that's how you get the telekinesis. And the scientist talks about how the microwave exhibits some sort of phenomena, which allows it to basically be telekinetic and pull and push it using the force, essentially. And then you acquire that power, and that shit was fucking powerful. You throw rocks or you throw bodies at other bodies, it deals damage. Um, so the exposition, getting powers in the game, it was fun. Uh, Might as well talk about the gameplay as well. The combat's good. The combat's good. The exploration is good as well. Especially the further you get, the more powers you have. Like the horse dash, you can jump, dash, and reach other areas. It's just fun for traversal, good for evading and maneuvering in fights. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I forgot what I was saying. That's how mad that was. No, I remember. The levitation power, that one really opens up platforming and exploration a lot, but you get quite far in the game until you get that. But that power is really cool. The game looks nice. I think the game looks nice. Every area, just I was immersed. Like, it looked cool. It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen, but it was good. The Black Quarry area, when I first got there, that shit looked really nice. It was beautiful. I was like, wow, I'm in a different world. Even within the facility, I felt like I went from the facility into another world in the game. So that area was nice until you have to actually navigate it, and it's kind of a pain. It's a fucking pain actually, but yeah, the gameplay's good. Gameplay's good. What's I say? Plot, start of the game, gameplay, the ambience as well. Just all of that shit is good, man. All of that shit is good. I want to talk about shit I didn't like about the game. The map. The map in the game. So you've got these powers which make traversing pretty cool. You've got the horse dash, you've got the levitation. You've got like a floaty jump, I guess. You have tools at your disposal to traverse this facility and make that experience fun. Right. Okay, cool. So why is it that the map is shit? The map will say, go to the boiler room, go to the administration office, go to the, I don't know, the Black Quarry. So I'll look at the map, and you can look at the map as you're running. The map will just cover the screen, but you can still see your location. That was cool. I was like, oh, I don't have to stop in my tracks, look at a map, and then move. I can move whilst tracking my location on the map. But the map sucks. It will show you a clear path. You go down that path, blocked off by a wall. You're in a different room. You're in an elevator somehow, and you don't know how you got there. Absolute horseshit. So it got to a point in the game where instead of the map in the building, I'd have to look at the signs in the game, like the arrows that point, administration office, vault, I don't know, archives or something. I'm looking at the in-game world signposts and not the fucking map. The map was so. It got to a point where I got lost. I don't know how far in the game I was, maybe halfway, but I must have got lost every play session. I was like, you know what? Either one, I'm dumb as fuck, or two, this map sucks dick. I'm out of here, man. Uninstalling the game. It's back to Devil May Cry 5, especially when Virgil's DLC released. Now that's a game, a phenomenal game. Anyway, Control. Yeah, so the map, just baffling. The controls felt. So I said earlier that the combat and traversal it is fun, but you do feel sluggish. The controls aren't as tight as I would like. I played the game on PS4. I think it's an exclusive. Is it an exclusive? Nah, fuck knows, fuck cares. The PS4. This is not the game's fault, but the PS4 takes off like I suck like a helicopter. Let's say that is so fucking loud that I'm playing even with headphones on. I'm playing the game and I'm trying to get into the game, and in the background I hear like, and I'm like, wow, I can still hear this box through my headphones. But admittedly, that's not the game's fault. That's not the game's fault. But those sluggish, you know, they just don't feel tight. Those tight controls, that is the game's fault. That's definitely the game's fault. The story, I got to a point where I stopped caring. Honestly, the videos with the doctor and the not doctor, the scientists and the objects of power, those were interesting. The owner of the facility, who's also the owner of the hotel. Well, he owns something. No, the chairman. That's who he was. The chairman. The videos of him that you encounter as you progress through the story, and you find optional like videotapes scattered around. Those were really cool. I was invested in those characters. The scientist, I call him Doctor, the scientist, and the chairman. I want to know about them. I want to know their stories. I don't really care about Jess, whatever. I don't really care about her. She's pretty bland, pretty boring. Even spoiler alert, you find a brother, and I found him, and I was like, okay, cool, but I don't really care. And this was the whole point of coming here. This was the whole point of the mission, and now we're here. I don't give a monkeys. I want to hear where's the chairman? Where's the chairman at? Where's he at? I mentioned the hotel earlier. Oh, those hotel sections don't even start. They're bullshit. So there are times in the game where you get transported. Like, how do you even get there? I think you step through certain doors that are like bathed in white light. You go in there and you're transported to the hotel. Yeah, they imply that it has some sort of big significance on the story. I never saw it. Maybe it does become apparent later, but again, I didn't finish the game. I got bored. And the hotel sections, every time I went there, I was like, oh no. It's a small area of maybe 8 doors that lead to 8 rooms. And there's a reception area with a bell. Oh my god, that fucking bell. Or alarm clock. I think it was an alarm clock actually. Same difference. So you get teleported to the hotel and you don't know what to do. They don't tell you what to do, but that's okay. Like, you don't need to tell me what to do. I don't mind exploring your environment and kind of learning for myself. But every door is locked. Every single one. So I'm running up and down this fucking corridor in this hotel, trying to open all the locked doors. None of them open. I go to the reception. I hit the alarm bell. I go back to every door. I try to open. They're all locked. Back to the fucking alarm bell. Back to the doors. Locked. Alarm bell locked. And I'm like, fuck this. I've got to go on YouTube. How is it I've got to go on YouTube? I'm in a corridor with 8 doors. Why do I need... What is the puzzle? So I go on YouTube. And these people, they just go in the door straight away. I'm like, how the fuck are you supposed to know that? And then when I do it, it still doesn't work. What is this? Oh, and when you enter the hotel, there's a light switch you have to pull. I think that was part of the puzzle as well. Not made clear whatsoever. I was fucking yanking that light switch, like fucking tightrope. I was yanking the fuck out of that shit, and it didn't change anything. The alarm bell, that shit was useless. I was spamming the fuck out of it. Didn't even get an achievement. Hotel sections, shit. So unfortunately, for at least for me, Control, it fell flat. A lot of people in game outlets and whatnot, they praise the story. The story's so good, the gameplay's amazing, and I'm like, maybe. I gave the game a fair chance. I think I was at least 10 hours in the game. I mean, I got the levitation ability. I think that's like ability 5 or 6. I was pretty deep in there. The skill tree is good, actually. The skill tree is really good. I liked all the upgrades, and the resources that you can get in the game. How you can make them into like little perks and power ups for Jesse. Those were pretty cool as well. Uh, well, I was gonna the voice acting again. The doctor and the chairman, when they were talking, I was glued to the screen. I was like, I want to hear about these lot. When Jesse was talking, I didn't really care. It was like let's just keep moving. No, I don't really care about what you got to say. Uh, yeah, but that's it really. Control, not a bad game. Not a bad game. The fundamentals are sound. It functions properly. On PS4, there were some. Well, it struggles. It definitely struggles at times, especially when the action gets intense, and when there's explosions flying everywhere. The game does struggle on PS4, but if you can get it on PS5, then that may be worth it for you. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, one last positive on the game. I just remembered now. The physics of the game are really good. I will give it that. Almost every item in the environment is interactable. You can pick it up, throw it with your telekinesis, pick it up with your hands and throw it. Um, when you throw an object like into the ground, there is now a dent in the ground. The black quarry area, however annoying it was to navigate, it was technically very impressive. You could pick up a piece of rock from like the quarry. You know, normally in games you see that and you're just like, yeah, that's there for decoration. It's basically a platform. No, you can break that platform off by like punching it or throwing an object at it, and then in the rubble you can pick up the rubble and throw it. That shit was hot. I can't lie, it was hot. Not hot enough to stop me from uninstalling the game. Bye.